Of the utmost honor. There are some farm families who believe very strongly about this. They may not believe the way I believe or others. And the second one, this is a very difficult idea for me, because I love the buffalo, I love Arkansas, I love these streams, this water. But the second one would be the possibility to organize a boycott of the Buffalo River region. I'm not talking I'm talking all...
30 seconds, because I got to get to some questions.
I'm talking complete boycott of all visits. And we... All right, we're going to look for a question. We got just a... Again, okay, we can keep the conversation going out there, but we're trying to get as many questions to the panelists as we can.
I guess my question would be, I haven't heard anyone talk about the 1 million people or 1.5 million people on the river and what's being done for that waste. I think, Bob, you made a little mention of that needs to be addressed, and it hasn't been.
Anyone? Deputy Thomas?
Well, I agree with that, and
It's on there.
That's one thing I'm really pleased to see everybody concerned about water quality in the Buffalo River. It's not just this issue, it's a lot of issues, and the people on the river, the visitors, we have thousands of people visiting the river every year, and the Park Service has closed down restrooms. But, you know, so I hope when this discussion is done about this particular issue, we'll continue our enthusiasm for all of the problems that exist in the watersheds that are most pristine rivers.
This is a good point, but it falls into the realm of a red herring. Because the Park Service provides bathrooms all up and down the river. And the main problem that they're having with bathrooms on the river is, that's right, and that's why you should call your congressman and tell them to stop sitting on the Park Service, because that's why they're closed.
They're closed because of pollution.
The bathrooms are closed in the Park Service because of the sequestration.
Yep.
And the Park Service has made real efforts to provide facilities all up and down 125 miles of that river. And it's not the same thing as building a confined animal feeding operation. It doesn't go anywhere when you say, well, what about the 1 million people? Well, let's work on that. Like, let's make sure the Park Service has the funding that they need to serve us, who are taxpayers.
Side of the room. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my question is for Mr. Letting, and this gentleman over here has a point. And the point is why we all booed and sighed is that we can't imagine losing access to our beautiful Buffalo River. You recently, our legislature approved $125 million in state funding to support a $1 billion steel plant in Mississippi County to create 500 jobs. Have you looked at the economic impact of us losing access to the Buffalo River from a tourism, from every other aspect, fishing, you name it? Have you looked at that? And the job loss there, and quality of life, etc. Where is our legislature on this extremely important issue? Where's the injunction?
I would say that in the legislative session that just wrapped up, we were facing a number of large issues, including the steel mill. One of the things we do plan to do in the interim is look at the potential effect. We tried to get a moratorium in place with House Bill 2252. Unfortunately, we were right at the very end of the session. We didn't get that moratorium in place, but we did. We've strengthened the notification requirements, and we put together a 5-person panel that's going to look at the notification requirements going into the future so we can come up with something that is stricter.
Representative Kelly Link, a Republican from Yellville who makes his living in tourism, he's one of our biggest allies on this, as is Representative Warwick Saban, a Democrat from down in Little Rock. Representative David Bransom, a Republican from Marshall, Arkansas, is also working with us on this. That is one of the things we plan to study in the interim, and we're already getting to work on May 21st and 22nd. The House Agriculture Committee is actually going to meet in Marshall for a 2-day tour of the river and the farm to begin that process. So that is something we're absolutely going to consider as we look to see what we might be able to do to fix this.
Okay, I think we're bouncing to each side. Who has a microphone?
Here.
Well, yeah. We're not going to get to everyone, just warning you.
Hi, my name is Liz Lotlin, and I'd like to welcome my neighbors down the road. I'm at Misty Creek at the junction of 123 and 374, and I'm really, really glad to meet y'all. I hope we get a chance to talk later. You know where I am. I just want to say thank everybody for being here, because when I first found out about this, it shocked me. I was worried about the tourism.